American singer Tony Bennett has passed away at the age of 96. His publicist has confirmed that he died in his hometown of New York. During his career, he released over 70 albums. We can now bring in our culture editor, Eve Jackson. Eve, a career spanning 7 decades. Where does one even begin?
Mm-hmm. Well, what a life, what a career, what a voice, Delano. Since the 1950s, the crooner has sold millions of albums, more than 50 million albums. He won 19 Grammys, including a Lifetime Achievement Award and 2 Emmys. Now, his first big hit was Because of You back in 1951. It shot straight to the top of the charts in the United States. 70 years later, he was still recording. In 2021, he made Love for Sale. It was his album of duets with Lady Gaga. It was his 61st album. It shows that 7 decades on, he was still relevant, still adored by the public. He was also the oldest man to have a #1 album in the United States. That was with Cheek to Cheek, the other album of duets he did with Lady Gaga, and an album called Duets 2 a few years prior to that. But perhaps the greatest compliment he ever received was from none other than Frank Sinatra. He said, "Tony Bennett is the best singer in the business. He excites me when I watch him. He moves me." Now, he's known for so many different songs, The Way You Look Tonight, Body and Soul, but perhaps the most famous is from 1962, I Left My Heart in San Francisco.
I left my heart in San Francisco, high on a hill. It calls to me.
From 1962. Now, Tony Bennett, who was diagnosed with Alzheimer's in 2016, he wrote on Twitter, though, "Life is a gift, even with Alzheimer's," and despite his illness, apparently he was still able to sing the whole range of his repertoire.
And because he had this career that spanned, 7 decades, he was able to collaborate with a whole host of artists.
And everyone was queuing up to work with him. Aretha Franklin, James Taylor, The Chicks, Bono, Michael Bublé, Elton John, Barbra Streisand, and Billy Joel, and of course Frank Sinatra. But perhaps the collaboration we'll remember most of all is the latest one he did that I talked about earlier with Lady Gaga. And this is the title track of their last recording together in 2021. It's called Love for Sale.
I know every type of love better fall than they.
If you want the thrill of love, she's been through the mill of love. Oh, love,
No love,
every love but true love for sale.
There we are, performing well into his 90s. He last performed in August 2021. It was with none other than Lady Gaga, and they played 2 sold-out concerts. It was Tony Bennett's last performance in New York.
What a career. Thank you very much for that, Eve Jackson there.